Read, remember, repeat.
It's presidential, the outcome evidential. We strive for higher mental. This time, no accidental. We shine because we special. No Kim, Kylie, or Kendall. The others, I ain't forget you. Some stories just isn't mental. I'm loving this instrumental. Ayy, I write no accident.
You already know over here at the Read, Remember, Repeat Studios, we giving y'all the work. Shout outs to the Squeeze Juice Bar. This is my brother, Darius, and I seen him grow. I seen him actually go through trials and tribulations to get where he is now. And I respect that, you know what I mean? Black owned business. As you can see, he got the flavors with the smoothies. He has lunch plates, salads, specials, dinner. As you can see, the Netflix and chill. This is the spot you want to go to in Cortland, New York. 105 Main Street, Cortland, New York, 13045. The Squeeze Juice Bar. At the Squeeze Juice Bar. Christmas giveaways, book bag giveaways, school giveaways. Man, I'm telling you, this is an all-around guy for the community. And like I said, black owned. So shout outs to Darius.
If you listen to those raps, this shit is minimal.
And family, it is an honor for me to promote to you guys the Think and Grow Rich movie, because I'm telling you guys, this right here will change the way you look at things. And this has changed the way millions and millions of people has been looking at things. All you got to do, right, is go to YouTube, right? You go to YouTube and you type up Think and Grow Rich, full movie, and 2021 it should pop up. You should see it. It's probably like the first one there. I'm telling you, man, this is being sad. Hey, man, shout outs to I Am Mastery Academy. That's the academy that's teaching people how to learn and earn on the go, teaching people how to invest and be on the right side of money. Shout outs to Doc Spills and all the educators over there that's teaching people, whether it's levels, colors, harmonics, with simply teaching people how to learn and invest. And you can just match your colors. That's what we learned from day one. So get with me. That's at Read, Remember, Repeat, or at Big Mugga. Those are my Instagrams. And let's get this money, family. Yes, y'all. We are back with the triple R's. Read, Remember, Repeat in that order. It is your boy, your host with the most, Michael Boyd, the myth, the legend, Mugga Boy. And I'm here getting y'all this sauce, man. We are on the 4 agreements. Y'all see it? Get you a copy of that. If not, download the PDF. We are going to put out the Read, Remember, Repeat activity book for those that are watching and those that want to take it to the next level, because note takers are money makers. But without further ado, let me get you guys the story. Page 28. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. The seeds are opinions, ideas, and concepts. You plant a seed, a thought, and it grows. The word is like a seed, and the human mind is so fertile. The only problem is that too often it is fertile for the seeds of fear. Every human mind is fertile, but only for those kinds of seeds it is prepared for. What is important is to see which kind of seeds our mind is fertile for, and to prepare it to receive the seeds of love. Take the example of Hitler. He sent out all those seeds of fear, and they grew very strong and beautifully, achieved massive destruction. Seeing the awesome power of the word, we must understand that power comes out of our mouths. One fear or doubt planted in our mind can create an endless drama of events. One word is like a spell, and humans use the words like black magicians, thoughtlessly putting spells on each other. Every human is a magician, and we can either put a spell on someone with our word, or we can release someone from a spell. We cast spells all the time with our opinions. An example, I see a friend and give him an opinion that just popped into my head. I say, I see the kind of color in your face in people who are going to get cancer. If he listens to the word and if he agrees, he will have cancer in less than 1 year. That is the power of the word. During our domestication, our parents and siblings gave their opinions about us without even thinking. We believed these opinions and we lived in fear over these opinions, like not being good at swimming or sports or writing. Someone gives an opinion and says, look, this girl is ugly. The girl listens, believes she is ugly, and grows up with the idea that she is ugly. It doesn't matter how beautiful she is. As long as she has the agreement, she will believe that she is ugly. That is the spell she is under. By hooking our attention, the word can enter our mind and change a whole belief for better or for worse. Another example, you may believe you are stupid, and you may have believed this for as long as you can remember. This agreement can be very tricky, causing you to do a lot of things just to ensure that you are stupid. You may do something and think to yourself, I wish I was smart, but I must be stupid, or I wouldn't have done that. The mind goes in hundreds of different directions, and we can spend days getting hooked by just that one belief in our own stupidity. Then one day, someone hooks your attention, and using the word lets you know that you are not stupid. You believe what the person says and make a new agreement. As a result, you no longer feel or act stupid. A whole spell is broken just by the power of the word. Conversely, if you believe you are stupid and someone hooks your attention and says, yes, you are really the most stupid person I have ever met, the agreement will be reinforced and become even stronger. Now let us see what the word impeccability means. Impeccability means without sin. Impeccable comes from the Latin peccatus, which means sin. The I'm in impeccable means without. So impeccable means without sin. Religions talk about sin and sinners. But let's understand what it really means to sin. A sin is anything that you do which goes against yourself. Everything you feel, believe, or say that goes against yourself is a sin. You go against yourself when you judge or blame yourself for anything. Being without sin is exactly the opposite. Being impeccable is not going against yourself. When you are impeccable, you take responsibility for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself. From this point of view, the whole concept of sin changes from something moral or religious to something common sense. Family, I'm going to give y'all that sauce. Y'all know what time it is. Read, remember, repeat. Sauce. Let's go.
But I always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid. But when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence. So I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk. I get a lot of people hitting me up about like what kind of books did I read while I was in prison, you know, how did I deal with anger and resentment, bitterness and stuff like that, and what I did to stimulate my mind so that I didn't become institutionalized. I spent a lot of time reading books and was laced up by a lot of really sharp guys in prison, and I focused my time on hanging out in the law library and outside of that working out. So I didn't do a lot of time, you know, messing around on the yard, playing, you know, sports or gambling or gossiping, you know, shit like that. I spent a lot of time reading when I wasn't working out. Some of the books I read, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. I read this book a couple different times. I haven't read it lately, but this is one of the books that I used to kind of like read and then meditate on, you know, try to absorb a lot of the positive connotations in here. This is a real Rambo. This is James Bro Grits. This guy went back to Vietnam quite a few times, rescued people. He was a straight G. Times. The Harem Key. It's kind of a Masonic book. You know, it talks about a lot of things about symbolism, about just Egyptian history, the Harem Key, a lot of things that are relevant to what's going on in a courtroom, what's going on in politics, what's going on with the government, a lot of symbolism. Neil Donald Scott Walsh, Conversations with God. I've read this book numerous times. This is actually a I believe both book 1 and 2 and 3 all combined together. The de facto government of the United States. So you think you know about what's going on in the government, you really don't know. Federal Procedures Act law suits at common law. But when you start reading the law, you understand really what the fuck is going on, and it gives you a better understanding of what you should have done that you didn't do. So, this is what I spent my time doing. It helped me better myself, it helped me educate myself, and it made me a better person. And there's a lot of other books, but these are just a few of the books that I read. And so if you get a chance, check them out. If you want to email me about them, hit me up. I got a lot more, but just to get your mind right.
I hope y'all soaked all that up, you know what I mean? That good sauce, you know what I mean? From this point of view, the whole concept of sin changes from something moral or religious to something common sense. Sin begins with rejection of yourself. Self-rejection is the biggest sin that you commit. In religious terms, self-rejection is a mortal sin, which leads to death. Impeccability, on the other hand, leads to life. Being impeccable with your word is not using the word against yourself. If I see you in the street and I call you stupid, it appears that I'm using the word against you. But really, I'm using my word against myself, because you're going to hate me for this. And your hating me is not good for me. Therefore, if I get angry and with my words send all that emotional poison to you, I'm using the word against myself. If I love myself, I will express that love in my interactions with you. And then I am being impeccable with the word, because that action will produce a like reaction. If I love you, then you will love me. If I insult you, you will insult me. If I have gratitude for you, you will have gratitude for me. If I'm selfish with you, you will be selfish with me. If I use the word to put a spell on you, you are going to put a spell on me. Being impeccable with your word is the correct use of energy. It means to use your energy in the direction of truth and love for yourself. If you make an agreement with yourself to be impeccable with your word, just with that intention, the truth will manifest through you and clean all the emotional poison that exists within you. But making this agreement is difficult because we have learned to do precisely the opposite. We have learned to lie as a habit of our communication with others, and more importantly, with ourselves. We are not impeccable with the word. The power of the word is completely misused in hell. We use the word to curse, to blame, to find guilt, to destroy. Of course, we also use it in the right way, but not too often. Mostly we use the word to spread our personal poison, to express anger, jealousy, envy, and hate. The word is pure magic, the most powerful gift we have as humans, and we use it against ourselves. We plan revenge. We create chaos with the word. We use the word to create hate between different races, between different people, between families, between nations. We misuse the word so often, and this misuse is how we create and perpetuate the dream of hell. Misuse of the word is how we pull each other down and keep each other in a state of fear and doubt, because the word is the magic that humans possess, and misuse of the word is black magic. We are using black magic all the time without knowing that our word is magic at all. There was a woman, for example, who was intelligent, had a very good heart. She had a daughter whom she adored and loved very much. One night she came home from a very bad day at work, tired, full of emotional tension, and with a terrible headache. She wanted peace and quiet, but her daughter was singing and jumping happily. The daughter was unaware of how her mother was feeling. She was in her own world, in her own dream. She felt so wonderful, and she was jumping and singing louder and louder, expressing her joy and her love. She was singing so loud that it made her mother's headache even worse. And at a certain moment, the mother lost control angrily. She looked at her beautiful little girl and said, "Shut up. You have an ugly voice. You can just shut up." The truth is that the mother's tolerance for any noise was non-existent. It was not that the little girl's voice was ugly, but the daughter believed what her mother said. And in that moment, she made an agreement with herself. After that, she no longer sang, because she believed her voice was ugly and would bother anyone who heard it. She became shy at school, and if she was asked to sing, she refused. Even speaking to others became difficult for her. Everything changed in the little girl because of this new agreement. She believes she must repress her. She believes she must repress her emotions in order to be accepted and loved. Whenever we hear an opinion and believe it, we make an agreement, and it becomes part of our belief system. This little girl grew up, and even though she had a beautiful voice, she never sang again. She developed a whole complex from one spell. This spell was cast upon her by the one who loved her the most, her own mother. Family, man, I want to say a lot, man, but this book is just so amazing. I'm so grateful for Don Miguel Ruiz for this book. And yeah, man, read, remember, repeat, man. Let's stay positive this weekend. You already know.
It was cream in the crops. I'm on my way to the top, and now I'm getting a lot. Push phones off for the lot, dividing them in the lots. I look like I hit
The best time of the year is here. Christmas is here. Go get you a grateful book. I just put out a book, family. I'm an author, followed with a journal for 365 days of your writing experience. Hope you guys have a grateful experience.